show with restaurant critic and radio host Peter Dills. Peter readily admits to being born into the world of food, as he is the son of noted restaurant critic Elmer Dills. As far back as he can remember, Peter was following his father from restaurant to restaurant, always tasting, always learning about food and discovering new and exciting restaurants and travel destinations. As his food adventure comes full circle, he now stars on radio and television with his popular food and travel show, Dining with Dills, named after his father Elmer. And now, your host, Peter Dills.
Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. It's Thursday morning. We're here in Pasadena. We concentrate usually on restaurants in the San Gabriel Valley, and today is no different. We're going to check out the AC Hotel, the new kid on the block, also OSA Rooftop Review. So stick around for that. As always, the podcast concentrates on great restaurants where fine just doesn't cut it anymore. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, it's all right. Let's go to downtown Pasadena to visit the new kid on the block, the AC Hotel by the Marriott. Yeah, Marriott chain. It's sleek, it's modern, right in the heart of the thick of things in Pasadena, that's for sure. The real buzz I feel about this hotel, I think it's 6 or 7 stories, is the rooftop, where they've opened a bar and a restaurant called OSA, O-S-A. I've been wanting to check it out for a couple months, for good reason. There's a fantastic view up there. Atmosphere is great, but again, I am not a critique of atmospheric activities. I talk about food. Now, full disclosure, I wrestled with whether I should do a podcast on this place or not. My dad used to say, why waste KABC's money on a bad review? Well, this is not a bad review. He would get letters from people saying, gosh, you only put good restaurants on television. Don't you ever talk about bad ones? And his response was always, you want to drop that kind of money on a bad restaurant? The insurance, the cameraman, my dad's time. We spent about $220 at the hotel, at the rooftop. Let's start with the positives, right? The view, no question about it. It's beautiful, man. Pasadena looks terrific from up there, from up here. You can see the city laid out, mountains in the background, and when the sun goes down, it's really something. The atmosphere is cool, modern, and hip. Honestly, it feels like a place you'd want to take someone on a first date just to impress them. I mean, I was impressed. But I was with a bunch of guys. And if you're mood for people watching, this place really delivers. I grabbed a seat at the bar. Our bartender was friendly enough, but let's say he wasn't winning on any points for presentation. His shirt was untucked. Man, he looked like he could use an iron on his shirt and pants. But, a little scruffy around the edges. Now, maybe that's the vibe that they're looking for. Casual, laid back, a little bit of hipster, which is definitely not me. Fine, we're going to use that word a lot, fine. But I couldn't help thinking, this isn't the Langham. At the Langham, that look just wouldn't fly. But that's the thing. OSA isn't trying to be the Langham. It's the Marriott. It's a rooftop bar, and maybe that relaxed, slightly disheveled vibe is exactly what they want. I started simple. Lager, beer, $12. Let's be fair. You're not going to get away from $12 beers anymore at hotel bars. That's just the $8 beers or $7 beers are the thing of the past. I think a $12 beer is standard. What do you think? Alongside with some peanuts, a little gooey but edible, $8. Now that's when I think this review gets interesting. On the menu I noticed Coors Light. My buddy Ronson is a loyal Coors Light fan, so I called him up, texted him. He comes right away. He's just a few blocks down, orders one, and what does the bartender say? We don't carry Coors Light. Okay, it's a brand new hotel. The menu shouldn't already be outdated. When I asked about it, the bartender gave me an honest answer, and I appreciate honesty. Ask me if you have any questions. I'm not sure what's going on with the menu. I actually appreciated the honesty, but it didn't do much for Ronson in his quest for his Coors Light. He had to settle for something else, and he wasn't too happy. We decided to stick around. Again, the atmosphere's nice. The TVs, football game was on. It was a Sunday. The vibe was getting lively. We ordered a little dinner to share. Steak fritas. Basically what that is, it's steak with a side of fries. And where I pull out a word I used when I'm not overly excited, again, fine. Not terrible. Not outstanding, just fine. French fries were definitely out of a bag and not fresh cut. Now, when you're spending over $200, fine doesn't really cut it, does it? Does it? I feel like my money bought me something memorable for $200, would buy me something memorable. A dish I'll be talking about or something recommending to you right now, but it's just not the case here at the hotel. Meanwhile, I usually ask if a manager is around. I have some cards that have been in my pocket since 1995. Like to give them out. The bartender pointed, yeah, she's over there, right there on the corner. Cool. So I gave him my card, and he goes, yeah, I'll bring it over to her. But the manager was busy on her computer having a glass of wine, didn't come over, no hello, no handshake. Thanks for stopping by. And look, hey, guys, that's no crime. It's no crime that the manager didn't come over. I just thought, with a brand new place that's still trying to establish themselves, the small touches matter. They go a long way. Don't you feel like that? By the way, if you're listening on a podcast, Spotify, whatever it is, thank you for listening to our weekly podcast. One thing I did notice, the staff seemed to be having a good time. Like they really liked each other. They were shadow boxing, high-fiving, hugging, what's up, fist bump. They were clearly having fun. That's not a bad thing. You'd rather see a happy staff than a miserable one, right? But it gave me more of a we're at a backyard party vibe than a polished professional service vibe. Again, that's fine, but it's not the Langham. But I said this isn't the Langham. Okay, so what do we have here, podcast listeners? What do we got here? As I started off with the show, Fine just doesn't cut it anymore. A brand new rooftop bar with a terrific view of Pasadena. A lively atmosphere staffed with friendly and clearly enjoying them. The food that I had, was just fine. Would I tell you to rush over and spend your hard-earned dollars? Not yet. If you're looking for polish, if you want that 5-star high-end service that won't scratch that itch. But if you're looking for a casual night out and maybe a place to impress some out-of-towners with a view, grab a drink, soak up the energy, lots of energy, at the new spot in town, OSA, O-S-A. Hope I'm saying it right. Here's how I'll put it. I think OSA of Pasadena is the new social perch, just not Pasadena's crown jewel. And for me, it's over. I might go back again. My dad always said, you got to go to a restaurant twice. I will. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here to tell the truth. Sometimes the truth can sting, but I hope that you'll appreciate the format of the show, that we're not taking, bribes. We do have restaurant sponsors. Let's not joke around. But with that being said, remember, hours and prices change. Call ahead, any restaurant that you go. Until next time, it's Peter Dills, and hope you've enjoyed listening to this podcast. A little shout out to my friend in South Pasadena, Tui's, for helping us out with the podcast. They always got great specials at Tui's. That's in South Pasadena. The original, you might remember, was on Huntington Drive, but now they're in South Pasadena. You'll find me there often on a Sunday having brunch, breakfast, and then heading up to Sierra Madre. What about our good friends at Casa del Rey? Yeah, love Ed and Jamie. Casa del Rey, my spot for great margaritas, especially on Tuesday night, Taco Tuesday. Check out our billboards on the 210 freeway. You can email me, thechefknows@yahoo.com. For now, that's 10 minutes, so we got to go. Bye.